Hey kids, today we're not going to cook anything. Going to do something a little different. I ran across a website called Imperfect Foods, and I thought, Imperfect Foods, that's perfect. That'll fit perfectly with the way I cook because I'm certainly not perfect. It's a subscription site. You know those companies where they send you a bunch of stuff. It's a meal kit, and you glue everything together, and you've got dinner. Kind of like that, but not. First, they have 5 categories. They have produce, grains, snacks, meat, and dairy. 5. And in those, you can subscribe to 1 or 2 or all 5, whatever you want. You can subscribe to small, medium, or large packages. You can have them come every week or every 2 weeks. And if you decide you want to skip a week, no problem. What happens is on Thursday, they send you a list of what's going to be in your kit. And you can go in there and scratch stuff off. No, I don't want any sweet potatoes. Give me extra garlic, and they don't penalize you for that. Then there's a customized section, and in this, it's got a lot of the staple stuff, cans of tomatoes and beans and all that sort of thing, plus a whole bunch of stuff that I've never seen before. I went ahead and ordered up a kit, and it'll be here, well, a little further on in this video. It's going to arrive soon, and we'll open it up, see what it looks like. There's an interesting focus to this operation. A huge amount of the food produced in our country goes into the dumpster. If it's produce, it's not pretty enough, and they talk about that. They say, some of this stuff may not look like the best produce you've ever seen, but it's all fresh, and you have a choice of organic or conventional too. They do both. So it might not be pretty enough to go to the grocery store. Maybe the manufacturer changed the wrapping on the package. They got to, chuck it for the new packaging, or sometimes they just make too much. So Imperfect Foods is working on getting this food back into the food chain as much as possible, reducing food waste in our country. And one of the things they've accomplished since they've been in business, they've donated over 4 million pounds of food to food banks and other charitable organizations around the country. So I don't know exactly what I'm getting into, but I ordered up about $80 worth of this stuff. And it's going to show up. We'll open the box, go through it together, see what's in there. If it turns out to be something that you're interested in, or even if you just want to snoop the website, there's a link down below, and that link, first off, will tell them that you found out about it through me. But it'll also be good for $10 off your first order if you decide to buy anything. And tell you the truth, that if you order and save that $10, they also give me $10 credit. So we're in this together. With the virus, I guess we need to do elbows instead of shaking hands. Anyway, it looks like a really interesting site to me. I'm really intrigued by it. I got a bunch of food coming. In just a moment, you'll get to see it. The magic of television, instead of having to wait around like I'm doing, it'll just pop right over to the next part. Well, this big old box showed up today. I don't remember exactly what I ordered, but this thing must weigh 50 pounds, was all I could do to get it in the house. So let's see what we got. Well, the packaging is kind of a hoot. They don't put a whole lot of effort into categorizing things, but we'll kind of go through here. Now, I really did this initially for the produce, so let's save this for a little bit later, see what that is. And, they talk about ugly produce, and some of it is, but look at this, the broccoli. Man, the broccoli looks great. There's some oranges. Nothing wrong with those. Apples. Honeycrisp apples. Wow, we got quite an assortment of potatoes here. We got, looks like a little tiny russet. We got sweet potato, another russet, another russet. They're small, and this is, one of the things they talked about is a lot of the produce that ends up in this is stuff that was too small for the grocery stores, or sometimes too ugly. But You know, these are looking pretty normal, pretty typical. Now, the avocado looks a bit rough. That one looks good. There's another one. They're on the smaller side, but you know, these things were cheap. They were like, I don't know, 90 cents a piece or something. They're $1.50 at Safeway. Propaganda. Carrots. And these look like the carrots I grow. It looks like what comes out of my garden. And there's a bunch of them. I don't remember what it was per pound, but I got a pound of these things. And you know, carrots, you pretty much chop them up anyway, so I don't think it has to be super pretty. And there's a bunch of them. I'm kind of running out of space here already. There's another orange, another sweet potato, another russet. Man, I got more here than I'm going to be able to eat in the next couple weeks. Another broccoli floret. Limes. If I remember right, it was 6 limes for like $2.50, maybe even $2. I know they were substantially cheaper than what they are in the grocery store around here. I'm going to walk out of frame for a second, put these over here. Limes. You know what we're going to do with limes? We're going to do lime cilantro rice here coming up pretty quick. Lemons. There's another Honey Crisp. Onions. They're smallish, but again, they were cheap, and they sell this stuff by the pound for the most part. I'm starting to think I got way more than I'm really going to be able to use here. There's a couple of garlics. Ooh, Bob's Red Mill Tricolor Pearl Couscous. You know, I've never actually done couscous, so that's gonna be on the list here real quick. Christmas lima beans. I don't know what Christmas means, but you know, I do a lot of bean soups. I love bean soups with oh, what do you call those things? Ham hocks. Yeah. I got cashews mostly for my mom. I eat them, but my mom loves these things. I don't know if I've ever told you, Mom's in a nursing home. She's 101 years old. Any treats that she wants, she gets. Another lemon. There's a few carrot stragglers. Cantaloupe. And I tell you what, it's heavy. I think that's going to be just perfectly ripe. It's heavy. You know, the cantaloupe should be heavy for its size. Yeah, that's going to be great. I don't get a whole lot of fruit in my diet, so we'll do that. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with this exactly, but red lentil penne pasta. Loaded with plant-based protein. Okay. Ooh, Oregon raw honey. I've got a friend who has bees and you know, does honey, and I showed her the honey I had around here, and she said, "Throw that stuff away. That's not honey." And I did, and then, based on her recommendation, I got real honey. What else do we have in here? I got this on kind of a whim. You know, I really like baking my own bread, but I thought we'd try one of these take and bake things, see how that turns out. Oh, this is going to be fun. Pickling spices. Coming up, we're going to have cucumbers. My dentist used to actually give me cucumbers. He made cucumbers every year Unfortunately, he passed away here, oh, I don't know, maybe 6 months or a year ago. So I'm not going to carry on his tradition, but I've always kind of wanted to do pickles. I got some staples. I got a couple of cans of beans. We'll probably do some chili. And, you know, just for the sake of spaghetti, 28 ounce cans of tomatoes. These were a really good buy. A couple of those. And now we got this big silver bag. Let's see what we got. Oop. Okay, so this is perishable, so it came packed in ice. I mean, it's frozen. Ice pack in there. We've got Havarti. Oop, there's Havarti. I like Havarti. I use it a lot. Bitchin' pesto sauce. How about that? That'll be good. Actually, yeah, I've got some tortellini wrapped up here. I got this just as a treat for myself. Got a little package of lox. Gonna have to go buy a bagel. I've got cream cheese. This is something I hardly ever have, and I love it. And what else we got down here? Another ice pack. And hoping Bob isn't around. Tuna. Ahi, I believe. Yep, ahi. You know, if you've never had a tuna steak, it's nothing at all like the stuff that comes in the can. Completely different. So that's the inventory. Now, on the first order, and I mentioned, you know, if you use the link and decide to order, you get 10% off. But on the first order, I also found a coupon on their website that got me 30% off on this. So this whole pile of stuff you see here, out the door, including delivery, was about $57. 57 bucks. You couldn't get out of the grocery store with this much stuff for anywhere near that. So the packaging is a little odd, but and you know, like I say, some of the produce is a little rough looking. That's one of the puniest russets I've ever seen. But, you know, I bet it tastes like any other russet. And most of it looks great. The cauliflower, or not cauliflower, the broccoli looks terrific. I think this is a pretty good deal. And I encourage you to check it out. Again, if you use the link, you know, on my down below or on my webpage, you get 10 bucks off on your first order. And they know that I was talking about them. So there you go. Now I'm going to have to cook something. Well, maybe you learned something. Hopefully you had fun, and at least you lived through it. Things could have been worse. Bob and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch our little videos. We've got lots of ideas about things that'll come up. We're going to have all kinds of new videos in the future. And we'd love to have you as a subscriber. You know, the like button down here somewhere and the subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of our family. Thanks so much for sticking with us.